Welcome back to base camp, WNC. As it says, we're on another spring job again. Let me take you along for the ride. Well, here's the spring after I scratched it out. We got a good flow. It's flowing almost 2 gallons a minute right here. And as usual, I started filming I started digging before I started filming, so I've got the spring wall in. I don't know if you can quite tell. A little clouded up from the bentonite clay ceiling. But if I get you close enough to the water coming out, it looks pretty clean already. It's settling down. But this is about a 3-foot piece of that drum. It's 8 inches high. It's about 4 inches in the ground, about 4 inches or so sticking up. And that just means you ain't got to put near as much gravel. Got to carry all the way back in here to put the gravel in. We're going to try to snake the pipe up, hook the pipe up on it, and go from there. Okay, we've got our dam in place. We had a little bit of leak, so I mixed up some bentonite clay and local red clay. And what I like to do now is then slip this small piece of plastic under the suction tube, and that keeps any dirt and everything else from getting sucked up in there. And then we'll put rock on top of it. We laid the plastic down on the dirt, then we took a bunch of big rocks, big as we could, put around it. Now we're just going to cover everything over. We're going to put plastic over top of it, and then we're going to backfill the whole thing. And when we get done, all the rock, everything will be up to the top of this blue edge. That's one reason why I cut it down to 8 inches. You can leave them 12 inches, but that's just more rock you got to keep putting in there. And once you're above this pipe and it has good drainage, that's all you need. And there it is, with the exception of this pipe, which we're going to ease down in this mud all the way there and get some rocks on top of it. When you get done, this is what it should look like. You really shouldn't see it. Any water will come down, go over top the plastic and drain on this side of the dam, so you have no contamination coming in from surface water. So here's the pump. Once again, it's suspended off the bottom to keep it level off the bottom. And that piece of braided flexible hose goes around, and this is where it goes out the bottom of the tank. Power line here goes through the waterproof fitting. And it's slowly filling in from the spring. It's getting there. The pump elbow, the check valve is right there, of course pointed that way. So once it builds pressure up to the house, it can't come back down into the tank. Well, of course it comes up from the spring here, comes in on the far side, pressure switch, pressure gauge, tank. It's just a faucet. We got a hose hooked to test it. So you can bleed it down in the wintertime, let all the water out of it. Then they had a whole house sediment filter here. Here's a shut-off valve, so then this shuts it off going to the house. And this white line they had going out up to the cabin. Well, as I just showed you, the pump house up there is complete. That ends my job from the house up. Ain't mine. After running it, it's come down a couple inches, but this is it. We replaced an old brick laid up box that leaked like a sieve, put it in a 300-gallon tank, put a submersible pump in it so it wouldn't freeze here in the mountains of North Carolina, run all new pipe from here all the way up to the pump house. And of course we had to run the electric line that comes down overhead and goes into the tank. For the pump, we had to run that line down here. But now they don't have to worry about the pump freezing and everything else in the wintertime. And they got a valve here, one over behind me, and they can drain the whole system down for wintertime. The cabin has no heat in it, so they're only here from spring, summer, and fall. But if I can ever help you with a water system, don't hesitate to ask. Give me a call. My website's at the beginning of the video and at the end. You can get on YouTube and send me a note. Post a comment to the video and I'll be able to get back with you. But if I can ever help you out, let me know. And as usual, like it, share it, subscribe, tell your friends about it. We'll see you on the next one.